Started this year, I went crazy on a crazy streak with bench press. I started using the hammer, started doing a lot of forearm work, and the numbers kept going up. I hit a 140, 142, 145, all the way to 152 and a half on the bench press, seemingly in like a space of like 2 months. Lots and lots of gains, lots of improvements, and the only thing that was stopping me really was the elbow pain. The elbow pain was plaguing me several months before that, and I somehow fell into videos, discussions, ideas about arm wrestlers. Guys who are always training the damn arms, right? That's the whole damn sport. So I thought, let me look into that discipline and see what the hell do they do for their tennis elbow, for their golfer's elbow. Surely they have imbalances in their forearms. Surely they have elbow pain. And voila, start doing pronation, supination. I started doing all of that stuff, and I quickly learned that the pronation was having a great effect on my elbow. Voila, I start to improve. Bench starts to feel really good. Elbow starts to feel really good. Voila, start to increase the volume, and then I start getting better and better, and well, it just worked out perfectly. So I started off looking at other disciplines. The elbow was fixed by arm wrestlers. Now I'm looking at wrestlers, just the Olympic wrestlers. It's all wrestling. I looked at arm wrestlers, fixed my elbow. I'm looking at Olympic wrestlers. I'm looking at neck. As funny as that sounds, it might work. What does pronation got to do with bench pressing? I mean, that thought initially I was like, man, that doesn't seem like it's going to work. But you know what? These guys are the expert of elbows. Let me listen and put my ego aside and be like, cool, let me swing this damn hammer around like an idiot. It worked. Surprise, surprise. This neck extension business, I'm like, yeah, okay, it feels all right, but is that really going to make me feel more erect in the squat, more upright? Maybe not. The hypothesis might be completely wrong. But I look at those athletes and they all look really strong in their neck, scapular, shoulder region. They all look very strong there. And we all know, and we've seen many examples of guys who can squat a lot of weight, very upright. John Heck comes to mind in the powerlifting world, and hundreds of freaking weightlifters come to mind in the weightlifting world. The upper back is required, man. You know, we know the squats are about legs and core and all that stuff, but the upper back has a lot to do with it, and with the bi sitting really high. Well, these wrestlers, man, they got pretty jacked backs. Upper backs, traps, all that stuff. Their whole sport is to resist flexion of the thoracic spine. That is their sport. The sport of arm wrestlers is to not give out these positions. You always want to be pronated in an arm wrestling competition. I am not an expert in this, but this is what I understand. It's about pronation and then flexion. Opening up your opponent and so that you have leverage and you go. So pronation in arm wrestling, and then in wrestling, Olympic wrestling, it's about thoracic extension. Well, do I need thoracic extension in squats? Hell yeah, man. I need lots of thoracic extension. That bar wants to flex my thoracic spine. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, let me do more of this freaking neck business. I did a lot of it yesterday. Pushed it really hard. This morning I wake up and where do I feel the DOMs? In between the shoulder blades, man. A little bit in the neck. Like, you know, in the neck, right? Not in the, whatever. I don't know what the freaking, when you think of the neck, okay, I'm sore there. A little bit. But I'm more sore in the rhomboid region. You can all look at Google and see where the rhomboids are. That's far away from the damn neck, man. So these guys that have jacked upper backs in Olympic wrestling, they've worked something out, man. They've worked something out, and I think I can benefit from it. So I always love looking at other disciplines and being like, okay, what are these guys doing that I'm not? And why do they have so much muscles? You know, do they do barbell rows? There could be. Do they do pull-ups? There could be. But they're not barbell rowing or squatting in the Olympic, in the actual competition. What I see them doing is somebody's yanking on their damn neck and they're trying to freaking extend their neck. That's what I see. And I know they do a lot of neck exercises. I mean, there's many freaking videos on the internet of MMA guys, just combat guys in general training their necks. Formula One guys, races, you know, Race car drivers, they all train their necks. But powerlifters don't. Let me experiment. What have I got to lose? Let me experiment. And maybe once I start to get really strong in this exercise, extension exercise, and I will. Some of you guys have said, why don't you do flexion? I will do flexion. Let me just ease into the extension first. Maybe when I get really, really strong at that, then I put the freaking 180 on my back for the squat, and I start repping this stuff into 15, 16 reps, and the upper back is not troubling me anymore. Now it's, let's say, the quads. That would be really cool. Experiment successful. But now, when I'm pushing the 12 and 13, my freaking trap region is killing me. I can't bear it anymore. And I get frustrated because I'm like, damn, I'm doing squats over here, dude. I'm not doing, shrugs. Why is my upper back dying? I can't even keep my rack in position. So let's see what happens. At the time I didn't think, I was desperate when I had the elbow pain. I was desperate. I was doing bicep curls, tricep extensions. Lots of different guys are saying lots of different things. Wrist curls, wrist extensions. What else did I do? Somebody said it might be the lats. So I did lots of pull-ups. Nothing really made me feel any better. In fact, some of these movements made it even worse. So the following day, I couldn't even open the kitchen drawer. That's how difficult and how much pain I had in the elbow. And then the first session I picked up pronation, I was like, oh my God. It was like pinpoint accuracy, sniper freaking precision, straight into the skull of the enemy of the elbow pain. Straight killed the boss instantly, precision. When you do an exercise and you're like, oh my God, this is exactly what, you just feel it. As soon as I started pronating, I'm like, oh my God, this is freaking amazing. There's something to this. And I started overdosing it every freaking day. I was warming up every single day. Pronate. Then I got a belt, put some weight on the belt, pronate. And then I started messing around. Okay, I'm not going to pronate for a few days now. Let me just do supination. Yeah, a little bit of effect, but no, the pronation, I need to go back to that. Pronation. Bench started flying up. Elbow started feeling really strong. Started feeling great. And it's all arm wrestlers, man. And then I look at some of these bench pressers in the world. They got strong, strong forearms, strong elbows, right? Makes sense, right? He's a bench presser, strong elbows. Well, who else has freaking strong elbows? Arm wrestlers. Makes damn sense. Who's got a strong neck? Wrestlers do. Do you guys remember Kurt Angle back in the day, WWE? Of course, steroids, all the blah, blah, blah. But I remember Kurt Angle. I think he was a wrestler, Olympic wrestler when he was younger. Dude, his traps were insane, man. He's not a bodybuilder. His traps were insane. He's a wrestler. I look at MMA. I look at UFC. The wrestling guys, they all look jacked backs, like upper backs, like in the ears. I want that. Put the bar on my back. Okay, the bar's got a really good shelf now. Other disciplines have something to offer. Don't be so narrow-minded and just keep, sucking up powerlifting content and just keep listening to the same thing. Nah, man. Athleticism, athletic performance is vast. Look at other disciplines. There's something to be learned. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.